Here's a short video on what I think I've learned about Jordan Peterson's Bible project so far. He started out with the introduction to the idea of God, and many of us have been watching. What is Jordan Peterson doing with the Bible? First, he's verbally, communally exploring its value to his interpretive system of belief in front of an audience. And that's part of the reason it's so rambly, because he takes what he knows and he's trying to integrate the Bible by talking about it, and he's doing it in front of a studio audience. He's implicitly attempting to construct a rational argument from a naturalist position that the Bible should not be dismissed from public life in Western culture. Now, as I see it, there are, to give a very low resolution picture of the camps, you've got supernaturalists and naturalists, and the supernaturalists are divided among the religious and the spiritual but not religious. The religious tend to be devoted to their own religious system. The spirituals tend to be open to other systems, and the naturalists are skeptical about all that supernaturalism. Generally speaking, supernaturalists believe that God inspired the Bible and is responsible for it as a product. Religious people specifically over in that camp see it that way. Spirituals are kind of on the fence and kind of in communion with the naturalists in that sense. A naturalist imagine that the Bible somehow comes up through evolution and via Peterson through this Jungian dream, and that then produces the Bible. And the spirituals are okay with that, and that gets into some of their ideas of spirituality, which often goes in a pantheistic route. What is the Bible for Jordan B. Peterson? The Bible is at least the product of a Jungian dream consciousness that has survived, honed, and produced Western civilization through an evolutionary process. This is the basis for its naturalist credentials. It might be more than that, but you can't arrive at that knowledge within the confines of the naturalist perspective. And this is part of what he's trying to do with his Bible series. He always leaves the door open. He doesn't want to be a reductionist, but he says, this is my project, this is what I'm trying to do, and this is what is giving my speech credibility with many who are skeptical about the Bible's supernaturalist claims. And now for him, obviously, he gets into Jung, where we have what I call a Jungian great cloud of witnesses that are within each one. These connect by observing one another, and over time, this gets distilled into kind of a dream consciousness through stories and mythologies, and the better, more survivable mythologies survive, and this is how ancient wisdom gets passed on. You can hear Brett Weinstein in the Joe Rogan video kind of agreeing with this process. Brett Weinstein thinks it's terribly out to date. Jordan B. Peterson says it's not so easy to reinvent a fairy tale. Now, why is he generating so much excitement? He's trying to use a rational psychological approach to give the Bible credibility from a naturalist perspective, and so many naturalists are open to this. He's praising the content of the Bible as we understand it and drawing large crowds of people who are skeptical or not necessarily practicing religion or participating in the church, and this gets religious people to listen to it, and he's engaging with other religious traditions. This tends to interest the spiritual but not religious crowd. And so what tends to give this energy, as I talked about in my office video, is that this triangulation, these three groups tend to energize each other. He says things that tend to stress and cause dissonance with each group, but the difference between them, I think, causes a lot of energy between it. So this is my attempt at a short video. I've made far longer videos, and if you're interested in them, check out my channel because they're there. Thanks for watching.